Yeah, hi to everyone. So I recently started to discovering more this sound, especially when car just starts. So you can hear that sound. That comes from the cooling fan, like the module, the centerpiece. And another thing which is I don't like, when I turn on the AC, like fully on or 70, the fan is not starts moving, and the radiator behind the grill, the condenser, starts becoming really hot, but at the same time the fan is not moving, and that's the problem. That's why I ordered the good used one, and we're gonna replace it. And also, even since I bought the car, it was showing P0526 error code, like fan speed circuit. There's something probably wrong with the wiring or with the fan itself. So we are going to replace the fan, and we'll see if that error code will gone. But speaking ahead, I can tell you, even after the fan replacement, the code is still there, and the next step gonna be probably the calling for the wiring and checking the contacts, but it's gonna be another video. So that's what I'm talking about. I just started the car, it's hot day, and I dropped the temperature to low, and anyhow this, because we have the air conditioning system, we have evaporator and the fan which blowing for the evaporator, and we have a condenser, and we should fan running for the condenser to reject that heat accumulated by the system. But what happens, so as you can see, this fan is not moving, or is barely moving. That's not right, because right now here is a really hot temperature of the condenser. So here is the condenser, this one, and it's really hot, you cannot touch it. It's extremely hot. And this is the condenser for the AC, this part of the AC. And right there, this is the radiator for the coolant. This is not the same. This is different. So when the AC is running, this fan should move, but this doesn't do that. You see the temperature of the condenser is rising. There is no heat rejection right now because fans are not moving. And even it's showing the low, but temperature is absolutely not cold because nothing is rejecting the heat from the condenser radiator. So it's not a good idea to run the AC when you have not working fan in the air conditioning mode. That's why I'm gonna run the AC only when the car is moving, so it will get, that heat will gonna blow out by wind. Here's the video how the fan behaves when the car cold and it start with the AC mode. is the one I got from eBay for $190. This one, the cost of the original is $865. 2022 car. You're probably gonna need to transfer this cable until this clip from the old one, but the model number and dimensions and everything, it looks absolutely fine. This is also from the supercharged 5.0 Range Rover Sport. So I cleaned the blades from dust. This is how it looks like. If we're gonna move it, so it has the resistance. If it's the bad fan, the resistance goes lower and lower, but this one has good resistance. Here is the Max. You already seen him on the channel, and today he is doing this job with the fan replacement. He has all special tools for this job, for the Range Rover. Just starting the job, remove the grill. Now we need to unscrew this intake thing. I don't know how it calls. Just removing some bolts and then removing it from the air boxes, then unclipping some hoses from its position.
Смотрю, люди иногда, знаешь, какие-то мелкие вещи так развозят на своей тачке.
That's a perfect place to put the heads made especially from the Land Rover. Okay, there is one bolt. So you need to unscrew it near the cooling pipe. So moving the hoses away and releasing this, I don't know how to say, like plastic manifold, and now getting full access. Okay, and now releasing this plastic bracket, unclipping the fan plug for the fan, and removing that plastic shield and getting access to the cooling radiator and the exact fan which we need. For the next step, we need to unscrew the fan counterclockwise while you're holding the shaft, the pulley on the same spot, because if you will gonna try to unscrew the fan without special tools counterclockwise, you might flip the chain and mismatch the ignition position. That's why it's very critical to hold the shaft while you're unscrewing the fan counterclockwise.
Unscrewing counterclockwise.
And also, if the chain will flip, you'll get a misfire and potentially damage the engine due to piston hit the valves.
Disconnecting plug. Yeah, just like that. This one, no brand radiator.
Brand Euro
Brand
parts.
Euro part. It's not the best in the mechanic's opinion.
Okay, now we're just comparing the plug, because I was thinking the plug gonna be different and you need to transfer the cable, but all the wire combination and the plug itself is exactly the same, so it can be put in the car the way it is. Yeah, now we're just comparing if the thread has the same direction, because the part number is the same, the connector is the same, and now Max verifying is if the thread is direction is the same, and it's the same. So we're just going to directly swap this fan.
So the thread are the same.
Допустим, на дизелях другая резьба.
And mechanically on the diesel Range Rovers, it's different thread. So tighten it clockwise. Connecting the power. There should be a special place where you put it. When I asked why the Max didn't tighten the radiator, he said that it doesn't need to be tightened, and here is the reason why. That's interesting. Max says that if you're gonna tighten it, you have a good chance that it will seize. That's why they never tighten it, only like the hand tight, like you saw, because if you might have a situation when you need to cut entire thing, including the pulley, to remove it the next time, and because it's running against the thread, they never seen that it's fall off or anything like that. Okay, now we're just connecting back all the wire harnesses on the place where it was before, so making sure that nothing is rubbing against the fan blade and making it looks factory.
Я же тебе говорю.
So, and as a confirmation, we just remember the situation the last time when we did the cooling pipes. They told me right now that he also didn't tighten, especially the radiator, and today took the really good force to unscrew it, so that it's safe. You don't need to tighten it.
And also Max shared the story from his experience when previously the radiator was tightened. They was needing to extend the wrench with two big tubes and try to make the really huge torque to unscrew it, and in case if it will not go well, so you need to cut the fan and shaft and pulley, and that will gonna increase the price of the project.
Блин, хорошо, что на сегодня на утро мы перенесли, а то вчера прям выебан был. Tightening down the boxes. So that whole replacement probably took less than, well, maybe like 10 minutes.
Okay, now just putting back the bolts on its place where it's supposed to be.
No have extra bolts, that means the repair is good.
Тише очень. Здесь, чтобы дождаться, когда тебя из
Okay, so that is done,
выкинут.
and basically this replacement is done.
Когда регистрировал,
Fan replaced. Starting the car. Okay, now the car idling and fan is moving. Yeah, looks like the repair is success. Thanks to the match. That's way how it's supposed to be. And before it was the stain because the clutch on this fan it was bad. And it was making that clicking sound. And right now, no that clicking sound. Okay, let me now go turn on the AC. The max, put it on low. Car running nice and smooth. Now I just turn on the AC. It's blowing nice and cold air. As you can see, the fan are moving. And after a week of this replacement, now I can tell when the car is cold, you just start it and it's warming up and you turn on the AC. Now the fan are moving and rejecting the heat from the radiator. But what I also want to mention, because that fan module, the way how it works, it's reading the temperature around itself and making a decision depending of that. When the temperature is getting higher because the heat from the AC condenser warming up the air around the sensor of the clutch, it starts spinning more and more and more, increasing the RPM and going on its full throttle for the AC mode. And if you found this video interesting or helpful, please give it a like and subscribe.